Man, we're back. Dork. So, anyways, that site that I mentioned in the previous video, is, I think, the official title is the Betrayal at Krondor Help Web, and it's got this really nice walkthrough in that it just tells you the different points at where you need to go. It doesn't give you any of I mean, you can read the actual progress of the story if you want, but it just says go here, then get this thing from this guy. And I think I like walkthroughs that are like that don't totally spoil the story. It's just if you're caught in a spot where you don't know where you're supposed to go, you can just read up to where you need to go next, and you're like, oh, thanks, that's all I need. And especially for something like this, the guy that we're looking for is in Sloop, which is a fair distance away. So we're gonna head over there. And I think I'm not going to include that in the recording simply because it is just going to take a while. So I'm just going to start walking real fast. I'm going to start power walking over to Sloop, take a nap first, and I will meet you guys there. And here we are in scenic Sloop. Not much of any interest occurred on our journey. We did get into a battle that was probably left over from one of the previous chapters. That I somehow missed, and no real interesting loot, no challenge really involved in it. But one interesting thing did happen. Gorath kind of started griping, saying, we need to find the Book of Macros. What are we doing? And said, maybe we should try to find a scribe. And then Owen kind of said, well, Brother Mark is a good scribe, and he's in Sarth. And also the Abbot in Whatchamadinger, Malik's Cross, is a scribe too, so he might know about the Book of Macros too. I started to get a hiccup as I was saying that, making it even more ridiculous. So this might actually be beneficial to go on this kind of goose chase, but in any event, let's try to find Mitchell. There he is! I found him right off the bat. Look at this fancy lad. Look at his shoulders. I don't have time to chat right now. I've got Glazer's Guild business I need to attend to, and far too many pots to glaze before the sun goes down this evening. We've come from Malik's Cross. Abbot Graves sent us. What about? The townspeople in Malik's Cross are calling for his head. He said we should come and ask you for help. He's gambling quite a bit that I would help him of all people, and accepted his connections to the Crawler and the Guild of the Romney. Guild War might have, or if I hadn't accepted his connections to the Crawler and the Guild of the Romney, I didn't know, that's interesting phrasing, the Guild War might never have started, blast him. Deep down, I know he was trying to help us, but the trouble he caused. Do you think they would truly attempt to kill him? I can't be convinced, but the Abbot seemed convinced. He's wise enough to know. Alright then, I will give you a note to give to the Abbot. There's a Glazer's Guild office in Malik's Cross, and they should be able to help him out, but I'm calling in the last of my favors. I'll probably lose the guild, but this is for a friend. I'm sure he will appreciate it. Thank you, Mitchell. Okay, I'm gonna rest here. That is not a tavern. Never mind. So I guess... Oh, there's a dude over there. Well, I'm not even gonna pay any attention to him. It's just a crappy little rogue. We'll get maybe a little bit of cash off of him, and it's not really otherwise worth it. So, anyways, I'm gonna be heading over to Malik's Cross again. This is where we had the fight. Again, nothing really spectacular happened with it. And I will try to see. Whoa, hey there! Oh, interesting. It looks like some of the battles repopulated. Oh, and then we had that area where the Baron, you might remember, had a toll in place. Hello. Have I been here before? Dear good gravy. Three young ladies who grace the common room with other matters on their minds. The attentions of a soft-spoken female could be fatally distracting should a fight break out. The confines of this room. I will bard. I will play my way into their hearts. The rapid rooks? It's best that you don't rook too rapidly. The innkeeper smiled. Welcome, gents. It's gonna be dark pretty soon. You should think about spending the night. Dangerous out there. Dangerous? Questioned Owen. Why is that? The innkeeper leaned forward and whispered, "The dead have taken up refuge in these mountains. They stalk the roads by night and been attacking travelers. If I was you, I'd think about staying here tonight and getting an early start in the morning. Oh, it's very expensive here. I wonder why. Wonder if they provide room service for your penis. Okay, God, just I was gonna rein it in. I was gonna rein it in and not say it, but I went and said it, and can't be undone. Oh yeah, this is right around where I kind of remember the storyline from this area. Yeah, let's just go ahead and camp here. We did take a little bit of damage from those idiots that we fought earlier. Anyways, I'm babbling, and I'm supposed to be just continuing on towards. Well, why not? It's really not that long of a trip. We can jump over this fence. Am I going the right way at all anymore? Yeah, we're almost there. Okay, hey. Shut my mouth. Watch in wonderment as my mystical red arrow proceeds across the landscape at startling speeds. Where are we now? We're almost there is where we are. Not quite, though. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. Where... Did I already pass it? I did pass it. Son of a bitch. Oh, and I'm on the wrong road. I don't need a map. I know exactly where I am. I'm going to camp. We actually probably... Well, no, we don't. We don't need... I did get some rations off of those dudes that I fought earlier, so that was good. And dudes they were. Okay, I got this. I'm in control. I'm in control. Everything's fine. Yes, there, yeah. Is this it? I think this is it. Okay, hang on. Oh, yeah. What am I doing? I probably should have cut this, because now I'm saying stupid things, or even stupider things. Yeah, okay, so we're almost there. Kind of weird how the map works. It won't show you on the road when, in fact, you are on the road. Very deceptive. Very crafty map we've got. Gotta be almost there. That's it there. Now wait. Or is it? I think it is. But now I need to be careful that there's none of the snake guys. Yeah, they're all dead. They succumbed to our spell-crafted swords. Let's go into town. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is the house that he's talking about, because I remember this being affiliated with that quest involving the Glazer's Guild. Actually, let's stay in the inn real quick. No, shut up. Shut it. One thing I guess we could do is we could just rebard in all of these little towns, but I think that would be kind of cheating. No, that won't be necessary. Okay, go to the temple, and let's actually talk to the abbot first. An acolyte fetched the abbot. In a few minutes he appeared, the look in his eyes wary like those of a beaten dog. Shuffling forward, he spoke quietly to Owen. Have you spoken to Mitchell? He has a plan that he believes will work. He sent along the details. Tactics, tactics, tactics. Always tactics. Justified end to my life as an abbot, I suppose. Priest brought down by the pond. The circle closes. Oh, we had rooks. Chess, ladies and gentlemen. It's not too late to do the right thing, abbot. You have a chance to strike back at the crawler. You can tell me how to get the relic so that he doesn't gain it. Tell me how to get the Book of Macros. Book of Macros? I've never heard of it. Oh, fuck. I transcribed quite a few of the books that came from this library when he left Midkemia, but I believe I would have remembered reading a book by that title. I know very little about that magician, except for what is written in Pug's or Thomas's historical commentaries on the Rift War with the Serrani. No, the crawler was after a magical sword that was reportedly lost near Malik's Cross in the dim past. Personally, I don't believe the Garda Revanche is anything but a myth. You just mentioned someone named Thomas. Who's that? Thomas? He's war leader of the elves in Elvendar and consort to the Queen Aglarana. He was very close to Pug, as I understand it, and I believe he also spent some little time with Macros. Perhaps he may know about your Book of Macros. It's a lead. Thin, but a lead. Thank you, Abbot. I think we have a book to find. Perhaps we will meet again under happier circumstances. Unlikely, unless you set your feet on the road to Kesh. I imagine that's where I go next. Goodbye and farewell. Kesh, is it? Good luck. Okay. Well, I think that he is... Yeah. That he's on his way now. Okay, well, let's try instead going to Sarth. And I will cut the video this time, once we get on our way here. Yeah, we'll head to Sarth and try to talk to Brother Mark or whatever. Egley also we need to visit, so maybe we will hit that up too. Egley's actually a little bit closer, so we're going to actually instead go to Egley first, and then we'll hit up Sarth. Okay, we made it to Egley, and I forgot why we're here. I think it has to do with... No, I don't know. I can't remember. I'm gonna just check out these houses. I think it's part of Nivek's stuff that he wants us to do. Oh, yeah, no, he's got an office here. That's right. He's got... Ah, wait a minute. Yes! He's got access to all the treasury offices, and this appears to be it. Thankful his key had worked, Owen pushed the door open. Inside they found a variety of objects, including an assortment of papers and ledgers, a writing table, and a small bed. Stooping down to examine the papers more carefully, Owen saw they were tax records of some kind. He also found several notes that had been signed Stellan. Stellan! Search this room carefully, commanded Owen. Oh, we may find something we can use. Aha. And there's a note. You can't carry a note. Note to self. Get rid of some of this shit. Let's read this. The mines of the Macborgalen dock are hereby deeded to Medjakar Blackpatch, and all wealth therein. A selection of the caverns are sealed by a special door which may only be opened with this map, a magical spell having been put upon it. Oh, great. Okay, well, I guess we need that. Let's see, I guess there's an inn here. And... Oh, this is the weird one where all the members of the town left because of that superstitious thing with the guy getting killed. I'm gonna talk to him. What can I do for you today? I do believe this is the longest tavern I've ever visited. Where is everyone? I think this is stuff that we've already read before, but I'm just gonna refresh my memory. Everyone is elsewhere, with the exception of Rake, myself, and a handful of boarders that have wandered in from off the road. There's not been another soul in town since the festival, that's right. Everyone, why? What happened here? Come the 8th hour last evening, a cloaked gentleman entered through the same door there and took a seat. He ordered a joint of beef, a loaf of bread, and a mug of ale. I remembered these things because I had ordered the same. As soon as he had finished his meal, he went to the tavern keeper and tossed in 50 golden sovereigns, turned around, and was gone by the door. Before the first of those coins stopped their spinning on the counter, the rest of the people in the tavern rushed out after him. The keeper didn't even latch the door. Some sort of deal? Some sort of deal? Nope, some sort of damn local ritual. It seems I arrived in the middle of a ceremony that was called the Festival of the Stranger, that's right. Traditionally, the elders of the town would gather in the tavern and draw lots, and the one with the longest lot was dubbed the Stranger. On the first night of the festival, the Stranger comes around and offers the members of the town fake sovereigns. They called them Nymptos. And then the citizens of the town leave to sleep in the fields. Of course, I wasn't aware of what was going on. And they're supposed to stay in the fields? No. The next morning, the elected stranger is to circle the village 3 times while swinging a strand of hemp over his head. When he's done, he cuts the length of rope and sets it on the road to let people know they can come back. They then know that Killian is looking with good fortune on their township and that she won't strike their fields dead. If the strand is not placed, however, it means that she is displeased and any citizen that attempts to return to town will be struck dead. Was the stranger killed by Killian? No, not Killian, but by a man named the Collector, to whom he owed money, who didn't know about the town's tradition. It didn't matter to the citizens of Egley, though. They still chose to see it as a sign from Killian, and they haven't returned since. Think the place is cursed and won't return until the curse is lifted. They've relocated in Tanur, Hawks Hollow, and a few in Malik's Cross. They all believe they've done the right thing. and have given me permission to do whatever I wanted here. Out of respect for them, I've decided to keep the old town name of Egley. I don't know, it seems that people would be pretty thick to believe all that. Would they? Would you have the nerve to spit on a shrine of bishop? No, but I guess I can see your point. Everyone has their beliefs. Many people... Okay, I get the point. I get it. Yeah, I'm... Well, let's ask about news. Anything of interest happen? Seems business around here is picking up. We already got our first full-time resident, and he's as mad as old King Roderick. Really? Why do you say that? I discovered him out in the graveyard clawing up a grave. He'd already broken into one of the coffins, but I guess that the body had already decomposed because there wasn't anything inside of the box. After I got him cleaned up, I took him to one of the houses and I put him in bed. I'll need to check in on him later. If you'd like to pay him a visit, he's in the last house on the right before you leave town heading north. And then you can play poker with him if you want, I think. Oh, wait, I want to stay the night. You've been very hospitable. Yeah, let's do another. There we are, that'll do. Okay. The last house in town to the north. This must be it. You're heading north, I thought you said. Well, that's very vexing. I wonder if he's further down this path here. Might be a little bit of a diversion here, but... We might have already done this before, come to think of it. Let's try heading south, because apparently... He's got his directions confused. It said the last house. The man answered, yeah, this is it. South, not north. Maybe I misread that somehow. I don't know. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. A man answered Owen's knock. His face was flushed and there were beads of sweat on his brow that threatened to race each other down his face at any moment. He was breathing heavily. You've come about them, haven't you? He asked, wide-eyed. Well, after several long minutes of careful probing... Owen was able to ascertain that the man believed he had released some evil spirits from a couple of the local graveyards. The more he spoke of his dealings with the undead, the more frightened he became, until at last, shivering violently, he closed the door and retreated back into the relative safety of his house. Well, that's just super. I wonder if... Here's the graveyard. Let's do a little savey-savey. And, beneath this stone is trapped by dirt, not by death. Stay away. One looked at the mound of dirt. He bent down and examined it more closely and stood, a disgusted look on his face. Someone has clawed this grave open. They didn't use tools. It would appear they dug it open with their bare hands. Oh. Didn't do the voice! Damn it! A wild animal, perhaps. Hungry wolves have been known to dig at shallow graves if the scent is strong enough. No, I'm afraid not. There's some dried blood in the dirt, and I've found several human fingernails, no doubt lost as someone dug frantically in the hard ground. Okay. Stell. Interesting. Let's go back to that. Stellarum. I'm gonna dig this one. There's a sword, and that's it. Okay. Stellan was the name of the dude. That was actually Jeff Lebowski, but... I'm not finding too much of anything. Melba Kane. No body. Okay, well, maybe there's just nothing to that right now. Maybe I can't do anything. Alright, well... Let me re-examine that note. Well, our only lead really is Sarth at this point. So... Sarth is actually all the way over here. There's Sethanon. What was it that Petrum said about Sethanon? Did she say that the curse was lifted? Because I think when we were there before, like, you couldn't go in because there were too many ghosts or something like that. I don't think that we were actually physically allowed to go in. I kind of want to go there now. Shit. You know what? I'm going to jaunt over there and record it, and if it's of any interest, I will include it. Otherwise, you'll see me here in Sarth, and I'll tell you basically nothing happened. So I'm going to go to Sethanon real quick, and then we'll go to Sarth. That wasn't very far, actually, from where I left off, but we are at the road to Sethanon, it would seem. So I'm going to try to proceed down the aforementioned road for maximum adventure times. The road before them was strange, though Owen wasn't sure what unnerved him about it. There was something sinister about the whole area, and he wasn't too sure he wasn't too sure he wanted to follow the dusty roads. The American dream, dusty roads. They were on. We didn't want to follow the dusty road they were on much further. God damn it. The American dream, dusty roads. I don't even know what I'm doing. It's not a good dusty roads. Anyways, Sethanon ahead. This is Owen. Sethanon ahead, he said. Should we continue and take a look around? Yeah. So, that's weird. I don't think we could even go in here before. Could we? I don't think we could. This is new to me. This purple house amidst a crimson sky. As much a fixture in the myths and legends of Midkemia as the stories of the gods told by priests in the temples, Sethanon was nothing more now than a sad old ghost town. In passing a low brick wall which had been overgrown with ivy, they were struck by the words that had been painted there in sheep's blood. Remember us. I knew there was going to be a secret thing, doohickey thing there. Burritos! Bunch of spoiled rations, but delicious burritos. Owen doesn't have any more room in his pack, so we need to economize. And, I think I'm just going to have to give Gorath these potions for the time being. So what is this? Dragon's Breath. I can't remember if we've got that one already, but I will take it anyways. Danon's Delusions, a yogurty delight. Let's go ahead and actually just read these. Okay, got that one. And then what do we got here? Grief of 1,000 Nights. Well then. Okay. I don't know what those do. I will have to consult that site I mentioned before. And by the way, I did actually see the word Sethanon when I was just briefly looking, so it kind of clued me in. I have to admit it. I mean, I'm sorry, folks. It just another thing though that one of my viewers commented a long time ago. Again, I don't know who it was, but I mean, you do revisit areas of the game, and it's important to double check certain things, and the combination of those facts led me to here. And I know that it is a little bit cheesy, I guess, but I feel like it's more important that I haven't actually been in this part yet, that I give you more of the content of this game, of this fine game, than, refuse to, because I feel like it's semi-cheaty. This game is worth exploring, and that's why I'm doing it. Even if my insights might occasionally, and this is like one of very, 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 very few instances where I might have caught something. I was like, I should go there. I just feel like it's worth it. Am I wrong? I think I'm right. I'm going to enter, such as I can, this empty structure. Owen stared into the crevice, standing on the... That didn't warrant a Quagmire, chuckle. What an idiot. I'm sorry, folks. Standing on the... crevice. Standing on the rubble of Sethanon's ancestral keep, he was shaken by the sight of the thousands of mortal bones, which had been used to fill the gap into the underground. However interested he was in finding out what lay below, he had no desire to burrow through the moldering bodies. Okay. So there's a keep that's full of bones. The crevice is full of bones. I'm going to get out of here before I make more regrettable remarks. Well, that was that. That was worth visiting, but wasn't as insightful or anything as I thought it would be. So now I guess we're going to head to Sarth, and I will cut here once again for the journey will be long and arduous, etc.